What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we have got this Horizon 3 wishlist video. I did say I was going to be making a few of these, and I guess this is the second one. And today we're going to be talking about the career mode and how I believe it should be set up, and how I think this. I think this is how the career mode should be built for Horizon 3. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen the first episode, the reason why I am making these Horizon 3 videos so goddamn early is because if you are developing Horizon 3 at Playground Games right now, it's going to be now. It's not going to be, you know, 3 weeks before launch. It's not going to be maybe even at the announcement. It's going to be now. This is when they're going to need the thinking ideas, and this is when I'm going to try and give them some inspiration, because this is when they're going to most need it. So Horizon 3. What do I want from the career mode? Personally, and this is just my opinion, keep in mind, you guys might disagree. If you do disagree, I really would like you to comment. I want this to kind of be like a conversation, and hopefully someone from Playground Games will see. But personally for me, I would love to see a story back. Now, Horizon 2, it didn't really have a story. You know, Horizon 1, it had a loose story. And I think it, you know, it was enough for us to still kind of want to play it, you know. It made sense, you know, like it wasn't just here's some races, let's go on a road trip. It was like you've got to beat these guys to become the Horizon champion, and you know, then after you beat the game, that was it, you know. You've got the whole city to roam around. You are Horizon champion. It wasn't any of this race plus stuff. It was just you've won, yes, happy, and then you've got all these side events to do. So I would love to see a story come back, and maybe an actual good story, you know, like an actual well-rounded story with people who actually are story designers, and actually get some people who are story designers to make the game. That could be really cool. So yeah, I would love to see a story come back into Horizon 3. You know, maybe even make it, you know, kind of make two separate stories. Make kind of the illegal one, like this, obviously coming from a Need for Speed background and underground background, I've kind of grown up with these kind of stories. Obviously Fast and Furious also, you know, kind of make a story, make a separate story, make separate story arcs. So you've got one for you, maybe your mountain racing, and then you've got one for your circuit racing, and kind of branch off into different sections. That could be really cool. Maybe you could have a street racing story, and then you could have like a Horizon Festival story, you know. That could be really cool. It could add some longevity to the game. So that could be a really good idea. I think generally bringing back the story would be a really good idea. And how you do that is up to you. But please, after I beat the main finale, don't make me do it again. Like, don't make me do it again. Give the game a purpose. You know, make a story purposeful in the game. Don't just give us what you gave us in Horizon 2, because it didn't make much sense and it wasn't that great overall. So yeah, I would love to see a story come back in the career mode. In addition to this, I'd love to see a bit more kind of progression and make it just a tad bit harder to get cars. Now, I love how I can just go out now and I can buy whatever car I want. I've got 7 million in the bank, you know, 9 million on Horizon 1. I can get whatever car I want. I can customize it to my leisure. But what I'm trying to say is kind of make money have a bit more of a worth in the game. You know, don't just make it rain all the time constantly. You know, kind of give money a bit more worth. Because this would kind of encourage people to get higher class cars, you know. Like in Horizon 2, you were able to drive any car at any point, at any road trip. Personally, I believe it shouldn't be like that. Make us start off on like Class E cars, and then obviously go all the way up to X or R3 or whatever it is, R1. You know, don't just put us straight into the deep end. Give us that option to, you know, start off with the lower end cars and build up, because in that way Horizon 2 didn't have solid progression unless you were controlling it yourself. So to have that kind of progression back could be really handy, and I think it would add some more longevity to the game. It would make you more excited to get some of those higher end cars, and it gives those higher end cars more worth. It makes those showcase events have more worth, because obviously you're not going to be driving those cars for a bit of a long time until later in the game. So that would be great to see. You know, with showcase events, make it so, you know, you're not constantly being rewarded with high end cars like Ferraris, 5 minutes after you've started the game. Make it so you maybe unlock an RX-7 first off by doing a drift event, and then next thing you know, you've got an M3, you know, and then you've got like an F-Type. And then next thing you know, like the next 3 showcase events, you're on to like a Huracan. That could be really cool. So to add that kind of layer of progression could be really cool, and it would also add a lot of more of longevity to the game, and would make the game a lot more appealing to most of the audience, I believe. And this is my final point. This is a one which it's not a big one, it's not a huge point, but in Horizon 1, the underground street races, you know, the street racing section, felt illegal. You know, it kind of had that illegal taste to it. I would love to see that kind of street racing hub come back. In Horizon 2 there was street races, but you know, it didn't feel like illegal or wrong in a way. It was kind of just there. It was very much legal. You know, in Horizon 1 the street racing hub felt kind of underground. It felt, you know, dirty in a way. I would like to see that come back. I think having that kind of underground scene would be really cool. You know, it's not something to do with the Horizon Festival itself. This is something completely different. And you know, obviously with the Fast and Furious DLC coming around, you guys have proven that you can kind of give that dirty theme to the game. Like, a game isn't exactly, you know, kind of nice boy, ha ha ha. You can kind of make the game seem a bit dirty in a way. Maybe bringing that back could be a really cool thing, and it could, you know, increase some entertainment value as well as giving the game a bit more longevity. Maybe that could be a separate storyline. Maybe that could be, you know, obviously a separate hub with separate events and, you know, separate rewards, exclusive rewards, like maybe, you know, you unlock a certain car, or maybe you need to play a certain amount of street racing events to unlock an RX-7. You know, having unlockable cars could be another great thing, you know. Instead of being given all the cars straight off the bat, maybe you have to be a certain level to get each car. Maybe you need to be a level 50 before you can buy a Huracan. That, again, locking off those parts of the game could really benefit you guys. One thing I would say I wouldn't want you to do is to obviously make microtransactions out of that. You know, that would be horrible. But you know, locking off those parts of the game till later on, until you're a higher level, I think that could be great. Again, it would give more progression to the game, and it would give cars more. It would give cars more of a sense of value. I think that's something that is really missing from Horizon now, is that sense of value from the cars. There is none, you know. I can go out now, straight buy one of the most expensive cars in the game, and I won't feel even phased, because I know next month I'm going to get 3 million credits from Forza rewards. So my advice would, yeah, just to be straight up, give the cars value, progression generally, and a story would be really cool also. And those are really my main points. There isn't really much else to add. That is basically what I believe should be in Horizon 3. Horizon 3's career mode. Whether I make another one of these videos, I'm not sure. It depends what it's on, and it depends if I have any good ideas for it. But that's what I would love to see in Horizon single player career mode. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to smack that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Peace.